Hi everyone and welcome to our channel. Today we are going to see some of the C concepts. Observe, today we are going to see the data types in C. The data type is nothing but the type of the data we are going to store inside the memory and the operations permitted on the data type. As we know that a variable is nothing but a name given to a memory location and we will hold or store the data inside it, right? And data type will tell what type of data we are going to store inside the memory and the possible operations, okay, permitted on that data type. And mostly there are four types of data. See, the primary data types are integers, means negative, positive and 0, and there are no decimal place values. Character data, floating point means the floating point values like 23.42, like that, the numbers having the decimal points. And double also, it is also just like floating point data type where we will have the good precision of the decimal places, okay. And then the derived data types are the data types which are derived from the primary one: arrays, pointers and functions. As we further progress in our sessions, we will see all these data types. And user defined data types are unions and structures. And empty data types is nothing but a void data type, means nothing. Now, as a part of this session, we will see the data types are primary data types, and there are modifiers to the data types like size modifiers like short and long, which means if you given a short modifier, then the memory will be reduced. The long modifier, then the memory allocated will be increased. Sign modifier, which increases the range of values, means if you take in the signed values, it will consider both negative and positive values also. If you take only unsigned, which means only positive values will be considered, but the range will be the same, but the minimum and maximum values that we store will differ, right? Because here we consider the negative values also, but here only positives, right? And the next thing was that range data types. Okay, the ranges means what? The signed character, it's taking 1 byte of memory, which means what? 1 byte means 8 bits of memory it will take, right? So generally the range of values that we can store is minus 2 to the power n minus 1 to 2 to the power n minus 1 minus 1. This is the range, okay. Now 8 bits means n represents the number of bits. Minus 2 to the power 8 minus 1, 7 to 2 to the power 7 minus 1. As you can see, minus 128 to 127. Like this, unsigned character will take 1 byte of memory and it will take only positive values. Short signed int, it is taking 2 bytes of memory. Like this, the memory allocation will be done for each and every data type with respect to the modifier we applied, okay. And based on that, we will consider the range of values that can be stored inside the memory. And one more point is the memory allocated will depends upon the compiler we are using and the hardware we are using, which is nothing but the 16-bit compiler or 32-bit compiler, 64-bit compiler, like that. And the results that I shown in this table are based on 16-bit compiler. Whenever there is a question asked like this, what is the range or what is the memory allocated for a data type in C, means you need to answer like it is a compiler dependent, okay. This is the best answer, compiler dependent, okay. Anyway, I will show you what is the size of each and every data type. Let me show you with live examples. Observe here, let me take the integer variable int I. Let me take a short int variable. Short int variable, short int variable si. Let me take a normal integer variable I. Let me take a long integer li. Variable name is li. This is a variable name. This is the modifier applied, and this is int is the data type, right? Now let me write out the sizes of everything. Printf percentage d comma percentage d backslash n I am using. I am going to print the size, right? Size of short int si I am going to take. Let me copy this statement and paste it below. One more time, paste it below. Here I'm going to take just integer, okay. Here I'm going to take the size of the long integer. Now observe, let me save this code and execute. As you can see here, general integer is taking how many bytes? General integer is taking 4 bytes of memory in my compiler, and short integer is taking 2 bytes and long integer is taking 4 bytes. Okay, as you can see everything. And why? Because as I told you, short and long are the modifiers, signed and unsigned are for ranges, right? Now we will check that also. When I take an, let me remove this, see this table, when I take an short unsigned integer, okay, short unsigned integer si, let me take the maximum value 65,000. What is the maximum value I can hold? 65,535, right? This is the maximum value I can hold. Now let me print the data, okay. Si value I'm going to print. Let me execute. See, I got the data. When I go beyond the range, what will happen? You take, see, when I go beyond the range, let me execute and show to you, right? It was showing as 0. When I will take one more thing beyond the range, let me save this and execute one more time. See, when you go beyond it, which means the maximum, this element minus maximum, we are getting as output. Clear? And this is the same for everything, the double, floating point, everything. Let me check out everything sizes, okay. Let me take integer as I and float as F. Let me take the character data type as a C. Let me take the double data type as a D. And let me check out all those sizes, okay. Size of integer, and let me check everything for floating, for character type, and for double data type. For float data type, for character data type, for double data type. Let me save and execute here. See the sizes. Integer is taking 4 bytes, float is taking 4 bytes, character is taking 1 byte, and this was the double is taking 8 bytes, right? It is clear, right? In this way, we can take the data types. Now see, a long data type I will take, long L, and let me write the long also. Let me observe how much size it will take. Let me execute. See, 4 bytes. Clear? In this way, the sizes will be allocated in memory for every data type. And this is all about today's session, and we are going to see the input and output functions also. In order to read the input from keyboard, we will use the scanf function, and in order to write something onto the monitor, we will use the printf statement, scanf and printf, okay. Scanf, the format specifier, for example, for integer we will use the format specifier %d, character %c, %f, for long %ld, long integer. Like this, we will use format specifiers for every data type, and we will use the address of variable to read. For printing, we represent the format and just the variable name itself. Now let me show you the example. See here. Now let me write a printf statement to ask the user, okay, enter a number or enter an integer. I am asking the user. The user will enter the number, right? I need to read it. So I am using the scanf function. Scanf %d, it is integer, right? That's why I use the %d. And address means ampersand of the variable name is what? I. And I am going to print whatever data I had read. The value is, what is its format? %d, because it is an integer. And I'm going to print the variable I. Let me save this code, execute. See, it is asking for me to enter a number. I'm going to give the number as 100. So the number has printed, right? In this way, you can read the data from the keyboard. You can print the data onto the monitor. Clear? These are the input and output methods in C language. In this way, you need to practice each and every concept in C with examples. Thanks for your participation. Please do like and subscribe to our channel for more videos.